Hey, dude. So we're back.
We are back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Is this episode 3? Oh my God, this is episode 3.
It's episode 3. And it'll be in 2 parts
It will be in 2 parts
because you've been doing exciting things.
I went on an adventure.
Yeah. Tell us all about it. You were at the New York Kathak Festival.
Yes. So it turns out that one of our favorite people, Alam Khan, was performing with Abhijit Banerjee at the New York Kathak Festival this year. And I was like, yeah, let's go for it. So, I have like my cousins and we have the little group chat and we love going to concerts together and be obnoxious and annoying and say, "Wah kya baat hai," a little too loud.
Yeah.
So we saw Alam Khan previously. He performed last year with Vivek Pandya and amazing concert. So like that concert was so good. I was like, yeah, anytime he's on the East Coast over here,
you got to do it.
Especially New York, you got to go.
I was really bummed I couldn't come.
I'm sorry that you couldn't come because I ended up going on a side quest that was like completely out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So when I texted the group chat, I was like, hey, I want to come for this. My cousin was like, you're not going to believe who else is coming. I was like, who? And then he was like, Susan Mohip Dad Company. And I was like, okay, I don't know who that is. Can you please inform me? And he was like, what? You don't know who that is? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, she's like really big in Trinidad. I was like, hey, I understand that I am Trini, but I'm still from Baltimore. And he was like, oh, so I was getting the lore, and Susan Mohip she's a big proponent and like one of the big figures in like Indian classical dance. She's been performing dance since she was like on TV since she was like 4 years old.
Wow.
More importantly, she is a Kathak dancer. And I was like, I didn't realize we had those in the Caribbean, much less a whole entire dance troupe. So I was like, okay, I am definitely coming for this. And obviously with this going on, I wanted to reach out and be like, hey, would you mind sitting and chatting?
Yeah.
And it turns out that like my friend's dad went to school with Susan's husband, and they all have like a great relationship with each other.
That's awesome.
So shout out to Uncle Anand. Thank you for like he gave me numbers, and like, I ended up sitting down with both of them for an interview.
Yeah. You just reached out to them directly?
Yeah. Nice. So I got a chance to sit down with Susan G herself, along with her husband Rana G as well. And I was like, I mean, dude, come on. I was texting you the entire time. I was sweating bullets for this. Bullets.
Yeah. You did great. You did great.
I really hope so.
Yeah, for your first time doing a remote solo interview, all of those things individually, first timer.
Yeah.
You did good.
Thank you so much, man. Oh my God, I was sweating bullets so much. I was so nervous I couldn't control what accent was coming out during the interview.
It was good. I enjoyed your accent roulette.
Yeah, this is going to be great. But I was researching backstories on Susan G and Rana G. And like, I think that's what ended up getting me even more nervous, because they're professors at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. They want scholarships to go study vocals, music, and Kathak in India during the 80s.
Right.
And I was like, hey, remember how I want to work up to having like, professors on the podcast? Yeah, we're starting with baptism by fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a wonderful experience. And like, I was so happy to see that level of artistry in Indian classical music being represented on stage at the New York Kathak, because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And it was just awesome to see the representation.
Yeah.
And that level of artistry. So it was great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So now we're going to hear your interview with the both of them.
So now we're gonna do some editing magic, and you're gonna hear the interview with me and Susan and Rana.
Amazing.
Yeah, like I said, sorry for the accent roulette, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, part one.
Hello there. It's your friendly neighborhood editor man, Gaj, and I'm thrilled to finally bring you our interview with Susan and Rana. Just a quick heads up though, my choice of recording location for this one was not my best work. Apparently, the adjacent room was hosting a very high energy salsa, marching band, interpretive dance class with very heavy percussion. So you might notice the audio quality take a little bit of a vibe shift during the segment. This is what it sounded like in real time. And this is actually what we had to work with. This entire performance, where like, we tried, we really did. To our audio only listeners, please listen closely. I am not trying to gaslight you into buying new headphones or a better sound system. It's not your equipment, it's entirely our fault. Just think of it as vintage audio. Thank you, enjoy. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Like I said, I was chatting with my podcast host last night, and he was so sad that he could not come here to be with us. So hopefully, after all of this, I will paint him green with it. Yeah, it's the best thing. It's the best thing. I don't even know where to begin, just because of the fact that there's so much I want to talk to you guys about, especially when it comes to music, when it comes to dance, all of your perspectives as when it comes to being Indo-Caribbean, especially going abroad to India to study all of your arts. I'm just going to try to do my best to skim the surface right now.
Right.
Okay. All right. Cool. Susan J.
Namaste.
Namaste. I had the greatest privilege of seeing you day before yesterday performing at the York Kathak Festival.
Thank you.
Oh, like first time here, right?
First time performing at this level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man. Susan J, with a lifetime of public performances behind you, I mean, you were on TV since you were like 4 years old.
Yes.
Is there any personal purpose or message that you were hoping for the audience to take away from your performance on Friday?
On Friday, yes. To let the audience and the people know internationally and also in my country that, Indian classical music, Indian classical dance, there's a lot of dedication and, focus if you want to improve into your career.
Yeah.
Whether we are Bollywood, whether we are soca, whether we are chutney, it depends on our direction that we're going in. I do believe a firm foundation in music is what helps us. There's nothing like there's no way of going backwards, but we all have inborn talent.
Yeah.
We all have natural talent. We come with some sort of God gift presence, that has been handed over to us. But nurturing what we know and nurturing our confidence, nurturing our knowledge is important, because then it takes you to a level, an educational level, that's beyond barriers.
I mean, speaking of education, you both are instructors at University of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, we are
Yes.
both senior
instructors at university.
You teach Kathak,
Yes, I do.
and you teach music itself.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of music, Ranaji, you are also started your music career early in your life.
Yeah, I started when I was just 8 years old.
Yeah. What does it mean that you're here with Susan G at the NYC Kathak Festival as a Trinidadian in Indian classical music?
Well, actually, the piece that she danced,
Yes.
it's a piece that I composed while I was in India. And I took some of my friends who worked at All India Radio and went into the studio. Actually, this was a tarana that I had learned from my Guruji.
Yeah.
And when Susan, his teacher, heard it, she said, this tarana, would be nice if we could do this in dance.
Wow.
So there's where the idea came
Yeah.
from. And then we started working on it and putting all the different elements in it.
Yeah.
And then this was born.
And the piece, interesting enough, it was done in the studio, so it was not preset.
Woof.
It was just minds coming together, his musical genius, his musicians, and my guru and I. We just came together at that point and recorded this piece. And I guess that's why it's so, so, so special to us.
I don't recall if you guys heard, but as soon as the Jugalbandi came with the steel pan,
Right.
I think me and my entire crew, we were just bawling with appreciation. See, you had thoughts
Yeah.
I'm celebrating.
So we took
Yeah.
the meters of the rhythms,
Yeah.
and we added the notes of Rang Hansen when he
Yeah.
said that, so it shows the
And such a light-hearted rock to just elevate this entire performance.
Yeah.
Where
It's a
like
piece that really brings the celebration.
Hanswadani is one of those. It's one of those things. It's one of those rocks where no matter if you have an ounce of classical knowledge or if you have the ocean's worth of classical knowledge, it's something that everyone from every culture can appreciate. And I think that between the dance and the choreography and between the music, it was just a wonderful experience. Just coming from a quote unquote professional audience.
Yeah. It was interesting because when I came back from India,
Yeah.
I always had it in the back of my mind of where I would like to see dance and music go.
Yeah.
So when we came back from India, it was traditionally recorded.
Yeah.
And settling back home and actually now getting into teaching because we both teach, apart professionally at the university, we also have our own institution where we impart our knowledge. And we promote Indian classical arts and Indian culture on the whole, The pan was something that I was drawn to. And what they did was a miracle at the studio because they just went back in and said, well, this was my idea of reinventing the piece and putting in something from a traditional Trinidad aspect. And again, to his genius mind, he was able to pull the rag completely on the pan.
Yes.
And that started me.
I had the honor of interacting with another Trimbigodian. She's a professor at University of Maryland. Her name is Dr. Josanne Francis.
Nice.
And she also loves to combine steel pan and especially that performance. She was performing with a good tabla player friend of mine.
Right.
So that was also one of the first times where I ever saw my Indian classical roots and my Trimbigonian roots all on the same stage.
Right, lovely.
And to experience that in again with not just the music but with the choreography and the dance, it's just absolutely mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing.
So did New York see something like this before?
Well, unfortunately, I can't speak of all of New York.
Okay.
Because I'm from Baltimore, so I'm from the DC area.
Right.
And as much as I'd love to come up here and experience as much Indian classical music as I can, all I have to say is that in my 33 years on this earth, this is the first time that I haven't seen anything like this in my life. So again, that's to tell you how much appreciation comes from just watching you guys. I would love to get more into your India experience, and I think we'll go on with that a little bit later. Susan, do you give your mom a lot of credit for nurturing you and guiding you in the world of dance?
Yes, I do.
What types of music and dance did she expose you to while you were growing up?
Interesting enough, my mom came from a very, very simple background. She knew Bhojpuri, Bhojpuri language.
Oh.
And her contribution to my career was that she understood the language. She saw that I had an inborn talent.
Wow.
She loved music.
Yeah.
Today, those vinyl records, that's a thing. That's an antique thing. It's a thing that people now collect and all of that. And she had about dozens of those.
Yeah.
And constantly listening to music, she was very musical.
Yes.
She had a lovely ear for music, a lovely ear for taste and dance and design.
Do you recall any artists that she used to play in?
Suman Kalyan Pool.
So who was that?
Suman Kalyan Pool. That is in her time.
Oh, okay.
And Lata Mangeshkar.
Oh,
of course, Lata ji, right? Yes. So she would listen and Kishore Kumar, all of these Bollywood songs, we call them today.
Yes.
But the classics. So she had an inner vision.
So
lo and behold,
yes,
she had bought a Ravi Shankar. That's when I first learned and heard his music. I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
She had bought a Ravi Shankar record.
Wow.
And had me dance a piece on it.
Wow.
I don't know what I was doing back then because I just thought it was so innovative. That's what you call real innovation.
As a sitar player, I have it like it's very rare to find a sitar player who hasn't been influenced by Ravi Shankarji.
Yes.
And it's like he is such a monumental proponent of Indian classical music, especially here in the West.
Yeah.
Well, she's the first one to bring it to the West.
Was the first one to bring it to the West.
So, and that's how I kind of first, but I heard the first time at 11 years old,
Yeah.
what classical music is. But I didn't know that had a purpose.
Yes.
That was my first initiation, I have to say, to Indian classical music. Through my mom buying a record for this whole collection that she has, have me dance everything, anything. And then at the age of 18, it started to make all sense.
Yes. I feel like Indian classical music is one of those things where like it doesn't make sense. It's you have like little pieces that you just focus on, and then at some point everything just collects in on itself and it all starts to make sense. Unfortunately, it does take a very long time to get there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Ranaji, same question to you. What kind of music did you grow up listening to, and what kind of
Well,
artists did you grow up with?
I started off singing bhajans actually, being a Sri Sathya Sai Baba devotee, going to satsangs, you know, and just then my father saw that I was interested in music because I used to go right up front and look at the musicians, you know, and then come home and tried it. So he bought a dholak, he bought a harmonium, and just like that we started experimenting, and then we realized that I had a natural gift.
Yeah.
I could just listen to something and be able to play it. So it was a God gift talent that I had. But,
Wow.
so after that, I started playing in orchestras back in Trinidad, what we call the Indian orchestras.
Yes.
I joined a band called the Gayatones Indian Orchestra. So I had that gift that if I listened to something, I could reproduce that on a keyboard or on a harmonium. But then I started listening to some classical music, and then I became very interested in what's this, and then I was offered a scholarship to go to India to study music.
Yeah.
And that's how my journey started, basically.
Wow. Wow. Let's take a break from the regular questions,
Sure.
and let's do something a little bit more lighthearted. What is a dish that you just eat that's put you in the mood for a good rehearsal or a good concert?
Well, I would say paneer.
Oh, yes.
That's one of my favorites.
Okay. Okay. Are we talking about Shahi paneer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
shahi
a-
paneer, butter
any kind of paneer. There's something called paneer bhujia.
Paneer bhujia.
When you mash up the paneer, it's curry down very nice. That's my favorite.
Same.
Same thing?
Yeah. Kind of very similar taste.
Yeah. Chai is chai included?
And
Well,
chai. Chai must be in everything.
Masala chai,
Yes.
of course.
Masala chai for
Has to be in everything.
the chai. There's a direct correlation between how good the chai is and how good the thans are in the performance.
Interesting.
Yeah. Susan G, back to your mom. Is there anything that you're comfortable sharing about like any particular memories of her during your performances growing up or anything like
Her
that?
dedication to practice.
Yeah.
She was a stickler for practice. And I remember being very, very, she taught me what dedication meant. On a Saturday, I would practice from 1 to 4. That was my blocked time on a Saturday
Yes.
to practice dance. 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. I had to clear my schedules, do whatever I had to do, and be ready to practice at that time.
Yes.
So she was a stickler for respect. She was a stickler for the dedication and the practice to the process. So she was my choreographer back then, and she would pick my songs.
Yeah.
She would guide my songs, make my costume, and I had a very good unit. Like my sisters and my brothers, they all supported me.
Yeah.
So it became a natural joy for all of us. My family is very, very supportive.
Yeah.
But my mother was the one who would not say no ever to a performance. She believed in it didn't matter if it was a paid gig or if it was not. She was always say when you get the opportunity to showcase your talent, you must do it. But always be mindful.
Yeah.
Be mindful, but when you can dance, it's not always about the commercial part of it, but also the part of where you enjoy what you do. Till today, I carry that with me.
It shows.
I carry that. Like I do things. I do productions back home. Sometimes I don't know where anything would come from, where the finance would come from to support productions, where costumes would come from. But with the dedication, once you have a goal taught and passed on by her, her values, that happens, that comes.
I feel like her dedication to the craft is very apparent in everything.
Yeah, there was. And mind you, she didn't know anything about classical music. She loved Bollywood music. So I became, at the age of 4, a national, figure, an icon that was able to get out there and perform.
Like I said, I'm 33 years old. When I'm talking to other people my age, baby Susan, this still come up in conversations.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Yeah. Ranaji, you said you left for India in 87.
Yeah, 1987.
Like Susan G. Okay, you both left the comforts of home.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
Ranaji, is there a specific memory from learning under your guru, Pandit Vinaya Chandra Modgalya?
Yeah.
Was there one specific instance where something occurred and that just solidified your dedication to Indian classical music as a non-Indian born?
Okay, so at first when I went to India, nobody knew I was a musician
Yeah,
because I kept that a secret. I didn't want to say, hey, I could just listen to something and reproduce that.
yeah.
So I just went quietly, for a couple of months. I was in the class, just listening, taking in, trying different things. And then eventually they realized that, my pickup is fast, right? When, in fact, the group of us who were there, the group of students,
Uh-huh.
they also realized that. So, when you're in classes, they don't tell you to write anything. You can't
No,
write
no.
in front of the guru.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you have to remember everything
Yes.
that you're learning.
Memory.
And when you dash out the class, then you try to write down the notation.
As possible, yes.
All right. So I could just listen to something and tell you the notation of that.
Yeah.
I had that gift since I
Yeah.
was small. So when my friends realized that, as soon as we got out of the class, they would all come to me.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Re ga ma da ba ma ga re ga ma re sa. Like that.
Yeah.
So I would be able to tell them, yeah, that those are the notes.
Yeah.
These are the notes, and then they'll start writing down the notation. So, and very soon my principal realized that I was also able to play the harmonium. And, these big artists started coming to Vidyalaya. So one day he said, we have this artist coming. Would you be able to play the harmonium for him? But I was classical music because in classical music, if you're accompanying a vocalist,
Yes.
whatever they sing,
Right.
you have to reproduce that immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
Right? So then they realized that I had the gift to do that.
It was
And then I
amazing to see
started,
him do that.
there's actually where my journey started. I was able to play for Pandit Jasraj on
Wow.
many occasions.
Yeah.
Rajanand, Sajad Mishra, Pandit Ulhas Kashalkar,
Yeah.
Ashwini
Shivaji.
Bide, Veena Sahasrabudhe.
Wow.
Many of the top artists in
Yes.
India. In fact, whenever they came to Delhi, they asked for me.
Uh-huh.
And the regular harmonium player at that time in Delhi was a guy by the name of Mehboob Dolpuri.
Uh-huh.
He used to accompany all the artists. So after some time, he realized that the artist is not asking for him anymore.
Oh.
So so me and him became good friends, and then he was
Very good
asking,
friends. Very lovely
when
guy.
are you leaving to go back?
But so funny.
Because I was taking his market. So I mean, my experience then being able to just sit on the same stage with these artists, it was really, really a great experience.
It has actually helped our ability to do fusion work.
Yes.
Our ability to make a better Bollywood music.
Yeah.
It has helped us to be a better fusion dancer for me. So like if you hear him sing, you would hear him sing ghazals, and you hear film songs, and you hear the oldies, and then you hear bhajans, and then you can hear the quality of these things, of these types of music is so, at a high level. So one would tend to think like, okay, yes, I always say, if you can find the time to learn, you learn. It just gets better.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, even in that recording that we did for this Hansadwani,
Yeah.
all these musicians were like A-grade artists and all in the radio. But yet when they went into the studio, they were depending on me to tell them what they should play. All right, just to create that mood.
Yeah.
So, having respect also.
What a joy it is to have that level of camaraderie with those that
Of course.
That
caliber.
level of artist,
Exactly.
yeah. And my
Yeah.
Guruji, she's out of this world, Vashti Mishradi. And I also learned from Durga Arya. They are out of this world, like their work, their their knowledge, they're so vast. You know, you learn and you cannot stop learning.
You can't.
You can't. Just keep going.
The learning process is lifelong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
amazing.
always tell my students, like when I went to India, I initially went for 2 years. I ended up spending 7.5 years there. You know, first I did my Pravikshika, then Madhyama, then I did my Visharad, which is my bachelor's degree. And after that, I went on to do my Sangeeta Lanka, which is a master's degree. So, you know, music is something that you can't finish learning.
And
The first rag I learned when I went was a rag by the name of Rag Bhopali.
Bhopali.
Yeah, and after I finished my master's degree after 7.5 years, my Guruji came to me and he said, okay, now that you have this piece of paper in your hand, would you like to learn Rag Bhopali? Just to tell you how vast the music is, you know?
I don't want to keep you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me. I cannot begin to articulate my appreciation for your
you.
craft and your dedication. And I want to thank everybody, but most importantly, I want to thank Anand Sahibirji for
Right.
setting up this
Yeah,
interview
yeah.
for both of us. I'm so looking forward to having you guys on more because there's just
We would love to be here. We would love to come and do some work with you all.
Yes.
And, you know, to let the Indo-Caribbean diaspora, be aware, like, and get more involved.
Yeah.
And I would love to come back to perform for you all. And we do full-fledged concerts. So whatever can happen in the future for the propagation of Indo-Caribbean culture and classical music, and Indo-Caribbean music as well,
We workshop
something with a
Chinese
difference,
culture.
something with a difference. We are very much, very, very, very supportive. I would love to be here with you all.
It's been an honor. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. And I look forward to hearing good things, seeing good things, and to continue doing good things
Of
with you
course.
all.
Of course. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right,
Namaste.
All right, guys. Please enjoy the concert.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right.